What's the best tube feeding formula? This is somewhat of a trick question because not only is there no one-size-fits-all formula, this question also makes the assumption that formula is necessary for somebody with a feeding tube or that it's their only option. So what is the best tube feeding formula? Unless you have severe allergies or a disorder that impedes your body's ability to digest real food, the best tube feeding formula is probably no formula at all. Think about it. If you're a human being with a working stomach, everything we know about good nutrition still applies. The feeding tube is just a different route into the stomach. So what do we know about good nutrition? Guidelines and common sense say that humans should eat a wide variety of real whole food and avoid added sugars. If you look at the ingredient lists in most any tube feeding formula, you'll see that some sort of sugar is listed as the main source of calories. Sugar tastes great in the form of a donut or cake, but should it be the main source of calories in anyone's diet? If you look at the ingredient lists of tube feeding formulas a little bit closer, you'll see that almost all look exactly the same. There's not a vegetable or whole grain to be found. And it's worth noting that there's never been an independent clinical study showing that any one formula is better than a varied whole food diet. If that study existed, we'd all be drinking that formula and only eating for pleasure. No one else is expected to eat the same thing every single day for every single meal, and there's some indications that eating the same thing every day for every single meal can cause intolerance issues over time. I started Real Food Blends in 2012 after my own tube-fed son failed 8 different formulas but thrived on the real food I blended for him in our kitchen. Each meal features a vegetable, fruit, whole grain, healthy fat, and readily available protein from normal ingredients that you probably have in your kitchen right now. If you or your loved one has a feeding tube and an intact or working digestive system, please check out www.realfoodblends.com for more information on real food through the tube and the best tube feeding formula.